Hi, if you are new here, welcome to Best Kitchen Guide. In this channel, we aim to inform you about the latest and greatest tools that are used in kitchen and cooking. If a product passes our rigorous testing, only then it gets recommended by us so that our viewers don't have to face any buyer's remorse. Our evaluating process includes extensive testing, features, and prices. So if you pick the items featured in this video, you can be well assured that you are buying the best product possible. Please check the description below for our featured top 5 product links from Amazon for updated prices. Also, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. So let's get started.
Our number one choice for top 5 best bread loaf pan is USA Pan Bakeware Pullman Loaf Pan. If you've ever wondered how to make the perfect loaf of bread for sandwiches, starting with a Pullman loaf pan is only half the battle. It's a loaf pan with squared width and height measurements, straight sides, and the most important feature, a lid. Because less moisture is released during baking when the lid is on, the bread inside will only rise to the top, resulting in an easier crumb and moist, tender bread. We made the basic white Pullman loaf recipe to see how the pan performed in our test. The bread turned out to be a beautiful golden brown on all sides. Due to the tightness of the lid, it was perfectly square. Bake without the lid if you prefer a dome loaf. Even though the loaf slid out without sticking despite the fact that it was advertised as non-stick, a generous amount of baking spray was required. With this pan, there were two issues. It was extremely difficult to remove and replace the top. It wasn't a major issue if it wasn't empty, but it made getting the loaf out of the oven extremely difficult. It also necessitated extra cleaning effort. Because of the grooved design, crumbs can sometimes be found on the sides and bottom even after a thorough grease. Number 2 in our side is Le Creuset Heritage Loaf Pan. Although Le Creuset is best known for its vibrant enameled Dutch ovens, its stoneware collection is equally as effective. It will add a beautiful splash of color to the kitchen, which is a plus. The Heritage Loaf Pan from Le Creuset, made of stoneware that has been fired to high temperatures, is a great addition to your bakeware collection. It comes in a variety of colors and looks stunning and stylish. It is resistant to odors, stains, and scratches, and is easy to clean, thanks to its tough enamel glaze finish. It can be used in the freezer, oven, and microwave without harm. Temperatures of up to 500 degrees Fahrenheit are no match for it. This Heritage Loaf Pan performed admirably in our tests, living up to the Le Creuset name. The cakes baked evenly, with beautiful browning on the sides and tops, and did not crack more on top. The cakes were able to slide into the oven without sticking with just a little baking spray, and cleanup was also simple. The stoneware dish's disadvantage is that it is much heavier than non-stick and steel pans, especially when filled with a dense batter like the one used in banana bread. The stylish handles on the vintage-inspired design make it easy to transport the cake away from the oven. Third in our best bread loaf pan list is Trudeau Silicone Loaf Pan. Silicone bakeware has been in use for many years in Europe, especially for molds and pans made for special occasions, in the same way that traditional metal counterparts require flouring and grease. The Trudeau loaf pan is made of food-grade silicone and is ideal for those looking for a lightweight, easy-to-clean pan that doesn't require any additional cleaning procedures. When compared to ceramic and steel loaf pans, this one performed admirably. It produced lovely cakes with an elongated top and minimal cracking. This pan reached room temperature within minutes of being removed from the oven, and we were able to turn it upside down and remove the cake with ease in just 10 minutes. It can also withstand thermal shock, allowing it to transition from freezer to oven and back. Despite the fact that the Trudeau pan is more robust and durable than the others we've tested, it did crack slightly when placed on the oven's wire rack. If you can position it properly, you won't need an oven sheet, but it will require a little more care and attention when putting on the baking rack. The handles, on the other hand, are large enough to make moving and positioning it easy. Our fourth pick is Chicago Metallic Commercial Loaf Pan. This Chicago Metallic non-stick healthy meatloaf set will change the way you make meatloaf forever. It's a combination of a pan and a perforated insert made of aluminized stainless steel that keeps the loaf in a higher position while baking and allows excess fat to drain. This makes serving and removing your favorite meatloaf simple and mess-free. To cut the loaf, simply lift it from the pan and place it on a plate. We made the beef meatloaf and vanilla pound cake during the testing process to see how versatile the pan is and to compare apples to apples how the cake pan performed. The pan received top marks in every category. The meatloaf and cake baked evenly thanks to an insert that made it easy to remove them with minimal effort and mess. The insert has handles so that our test subject could reach them to remove it. However, they had to take extra care when baking the cake to ensure that the sides were properly greased so that the cake could let enough air out and not break or fall apart. This isn't the intended use of the pan, but if you want to alternate between baking loaf cakes and meatloaf, you could use it without the insert. Last in this list is Wilton Large Nonstick Loaf Pan. Wilton is a well-known bakeware brand. This popular pan is a great example of why it does a great job for a low price. This Wilton Perfect Results pan is Durso's personal favorite. The sturdy loaf pan is made of carbon steel, giving it enough heft and strength to resist warping while also distributing heat evenly, resulting in beautifully brown and evenly baked cakes when she tested them. The pan has a non-stick surface that provided the ideal foundation. Using a bit of baking spray, our cakes popped out easily and effortlessly once the pan had cooled. Because of the non-stick coating, you could make the work for cleaning the pan minimal. It will only needed a little detergent and warm water to keep the pan spotless because there were no crumbs on the surface. The layout is well planned. It was one of the few non-stick classic pans with handles that we tested. This is why using oven mitts to hold and move to and from the oven was the most comfortable option. Furthermore, because this pan is slightly larger than a traditional loaf pan, an additional 25% of loaf can be baked.